Hit that record, bro.
We here.
Yes, we are. What's good?
What's everything? Life, madness,
and nothing.
Yeah. So I don't know. Community Coalition Show. What's up, community? At some point, I want to get to a point where we start. I would love to do live shows again.
Yeah, I would too.
I would. I've been thinking about it a lot. I think there's ways to do it. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. But for now, you just got to hear us after the fact. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah. We'll get back to it though.
Yeah, one day. We might.
We'll figure it out.
If y'all act right. Yeah, we'll see.
And if y'all buy our merch.
No. We need some new merch. But we here. We back.
We gotta hit the plug.
I know. So we back. I don't even know where to start with this madness. It's just so much going on, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all are hearing this on Tuesday. We're recording this Monday night.
Yep.
Still reeling from like these shooters, and this is what's crazy. It's not like this is the first time this has happened, right?
Right.
I just really want people, especially Black people, us, to take these things.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Yeah. I feel like these things happen. We get upset for a little bit, and then we go right back to business as usual. I think that also contributes to I think it's an effect of our lack of leadership as a people. There's no one. I don't know if we're pushing cultural awareness on these things. So even as the conversations I've been having, even some of the stuff I'm seeing, I'm like, do we even understand what's happening?
I'm gonna say no. Well, first off, I'm gonna say no, but also, I mean, some of us know, but some of us know and some of us don't. But also, if you know, you know.
Yeah, but the problem is we all need to know.
Yeah.
So, and especially for this one, we're talking about the Buffalo shooter. I'm not gonna say his name. I don't care for his name.
No. Never.
No, but okay. And if y'all don't know, I'm not gonna give you the whole thing, but how old was homie? He's a teenager still, right?
18,
grown man. Okay. Walked into, was it a grocery store, right?
Yep.
I'm so all over the place.
Yep.
I mean, my man was strapped up.
Not only strapped, protected.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
He had protective gear on.
Protective gear, helmet, whole nine.
Which is why homie that shot him, he didn't when the security guard shot him, he didn't go down.
Yeah. Killed 10 people. Black people.
Yep.
Purposely.
He actively drove to Buffalo and went to a grocery store and said, let me just shoot and see what happens.
Yeah. So then all the craziness, to me, that's crazy in itself, right?
Absolutely.
There's so much other stuff that's crazy to this. I don't even know what, the fact that he was apprehended peacefully, one.
Somehow,
right? He left there in handcuffs and stuff, crazy.
We're not even given the grace to be put in handcuffs.
You already know that. If he was Black, we would have shot him up. They would have shot him up
real quick.
But even that, I mean, it would have been something. Apparently he wrote a manifesto outlining why he did this. And the whole thing is white supremacy.
Yeah.
Blaming the numbers in Black people and why he feel like white people are the minority and losing the majority and all this stuff in their country, and how we need to start eliminating Black folks and people of color and stuff like that,
Right. First off, this ain't your country.
We already know that. They ain't, but that's how sick this is.
Mm-hmm.
That's absolutely how sick Still feel like that.
Also, at the same time, don't you think over time that people would that like eventually like as people are coming here that your population would dwindle? Like even
But
even if you're thinking like far like that's probably not even gonna happen in like the next like what it's not happening anytime soon at least.
but that's what they're afraid of. Because I've heard this before from them.
Mhm.
We've heard this before where they
Right.
feel
This
like
ain't new. This ain't
they feel like they're losing majority. They feel like they're losing power
Mhm.
in their country. This is how they feel. This is how they think.
Right.
And so apparently they're nervous. They're scared. And I think that's what a lot of this was about.
Mhm.
This was him trying to go and make an example, be a martyr or something.
Right.
To
Trying to take the law into it. Well, I don't even want to say the law. I'm trying to take population control into his own hands.
I think this was I think this is him trying to be a martyr to it and excite and ignite other white supremacists to start doing stuff like this.
Right.
That's why you write a manifesto. That's why you wrote it down because you wanted people to read that. He live streamed it.
Yeah, that part really pissed me off. That part really pissed me off.
He wanted people to see this. He wanted people to know what was going on. That's purposely done because, again, he wants to excite and ignite the uprising of white supremacists.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, that's what we got. We got to pay attention to that.
Right.
You know, and we know these people love to copycat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's something that shouldn't be taken lightly. Because they listen. Look at this boy. This boy, 18 years old. Apparently, he been doing research and all this twisted media and all this stuff. He acted on it.
Right.
You know, like this is crazy. And this is how they think. So we can't dismiss this as, I don't think this is a one-off thing. I don't think this is something that like, this is going to go away. No,
it's never been a one-off thing.
They pushing this agenda. Like this is hard. They going hard.
Right.
You know, and if we as a people can ignore this, what are we doing?
Right.
What are we doing? These threats will continue to happen. Another thing is this is premeditated. Y'all, come on. This is not something that he just woke up this morning and chose to do.
Right.
I sent you that, or he scouted this place.
Right. He did. He asked about it.
He went there.
He went there and asked the security guard, like, all right, what's the layout of this place?
Yeah. They saw what did they say? They saw security guard said, I seen you go in and out. What are you doing? The guard told the boy, this was back in March. So the guard, they saw him going like pacing around, looking all suspicious, right? They confronted him. This is March. So they saw this, like this is crazy. They watched him get in the car, like he's scouting this place. He's looking at places like, that's to me this is like, outside of the obvious dumb bullshit. Like, and I just don't think we're taking this nearly as serious as we should.
Right.
I just don't like. I don't know. Everybody keeps asking, why did he do this? He told you exactly why.
Yeah.
He laid it out. He wanted you to read it. He wanted us to read it. I don't know if he thought he was going to die that day. I don't think he cared. But like, this was the whole plan, was to get this message out to people, to get this actions. This,
I hate to say it, but like it's literally a call to action.
Yes.
And that's what all of these shootings have been. They've been calls to action. And I fucking hate it.
We should. Yes. And
and especially because I mostly hate it because they're all arrested peacefully.
Oh, that stuff too. Yeah, that part. Yeah. These dudes, I mean,
how the fuck are you walking up to somebody with a gun that's been shooting people and saying, hey, calm down. Let's arrest you and you're gonna come with us.
David, you know what I'm gonna say.
I know why. We know why.
And that to me is part of a bigger thing. I'm seeing all this stuff on social media. Like somebody made a point, and I don't know if y'all agree, but I mean, it's a point. Now we've seen, me and you have experienced this on social media where we get our stuff censored.
Yeah.
This show.
Oh, it's still happening to this day.
This show is consistently censored on Instagram.
Right.
Every week I have to fight to put Twitter too. Yeah.
Twitter be bullshitting us, man.
Man, every other week is a delay putting this show up because I gotta go through policy guidelines. Or I have to change the name.
Right.
Or something.
Or you gotta change like a hashtag.
Yes, this happens almost on a weekly basis with this particular show. Now,
yeah, and if you're listening to this, like, I'm not. Like,
this might not make it. Like, let's keep it a buck. Like,
I mean, it might not. So we need, first of all, we need y'all. Hope y'all are following us on all platforms. First of all, but also like the suppression it's real.
It's real. So I even because this person, this was live streamed on Twitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I saw a video earlier. People were saying it's like Twitch has the ability to recognize when someone sneezes, and apparently they get a COVID notification on Twitch. I don't know how true that is, but I thought it was interesting.
You know what?
So I'm gonna say it.
You know what?
But
on Twitch, so I've been on Twitch for pretty much the whole pandemic.
Yeah.
And because I've found a whole like community within Twitch that's really dope. And like they teach you or they tell you about some of the rules that like you have to abide by. Like and you gotta remember that. Like think of it as like a TV show, but like at the same time, there are definitely things you can do that on Twitch that aren't on YouTube, that aren't on TV. But also you gotta remember, you can't do anything you want.
But no, you can't. But my thing is, they have the ability. All social media platforms are. I mean, like they'll if you typically start wilding out, they catch you.
Right.
Instagram, when you start playing unauthorized music, they shut you down.
They shut you down quick.
You post stuff that has certain buzzwords and hashtags, you violate community guidelines. You can't post it.
Mm-hmm.
My man here,
he was up for 2 minutes, for at least 2 minutes.
Was allowed to let this thing ride. Come on now. They have the capability to shut that down. Yeah. That's important because people saw that. Mm-hmm. And again, we talk about, the message and getting that out there.
Right.
That was crazy. This is so like to me, that's
what Danny says, words matter.
Words matter. And it's like we see the different angles to all of this too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes me angry. Like we see all these other, they're there. They've always been there.
Right.
He did this.
Mm-hmm.
Law enforcement did that.
Mm-hmm.
They treated him like a flower, delicate.
Right.
Social media allowed this to go on. All these things happening at the same time, simultaneously,
mm-hmm.
that supports what he's doing. I don't care if you get mad that I say that. People get mad that I say that. That supported what he's doing.
Right.
None of this is benefit to us.
Absolutely not.
Like, so if you feel like those little details aren't significant, when you start adding them up, this paints a very dangerous, scary picture. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is madness.
Yeah.
Madness.
Like, we're not allowed to post this show sometimes for a hashtag. But so we've tried to post this show using the hashtag Black. And they won't. There have been times to where we couldn't do that. But somebody could live stream an active shooting that they are committing and be up for a while.
Yeah.
How the fuck does that make sense?
Yeah.
I really got to stop cursing because my mom started listening to this. So I'm sorry. I got a little distracted. My bad. But
I ain't trying to get you beat up.
No, but but like you understand what I'm saying, right? And it's
Yes.
exactly what you're saying. How is this shit allowed?
Because they allow it. Because they allow it. That's my thing, is that we have to look at this as a systematic attack.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying. If you look at this person as a one-off attack, no, these are parts of a bigger system here.
Right.
You know, and if we don't pay attention to the whole picture here,
Mhm.
that's the scary part.
Yeah.
You know, so what I'm looking at here is, because one of the things this I think it was in the manifesto, the Great Replacement Theory.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's something that they've been pushing. It says that there's a plot to diminish the influence of white people.
So hold on, real quick, before you keep going. Remember how a bunch of states were freaking out about critical race theory?
Yes.
And how they're like, no, we can't teach that to our kids because it diminishes what white people have done. First of all, white people haven't done shit. Second off, y'all are afraid of kids actually hearing the truth so that they don't grow up to be like you.
But now, so to me, this is another piece that this is white people playing victim. Right. And they're the madness that they designed in an effort to keep them at the top of the food chain. Right. I'm gonna read this again. The conspiracy theory says that there's a plot to diminish the influence of white people.
Hold on.
I know.
Let that sit for
I know.
And I'm gonna come back in.
No. I'm gonna read it one more time. This one more time.
Just go ahead.
The conspiracy theory says there's a plot to diminish the influence of white people.
What?
I know.
You know what white people have influenced? Pillaging.
Everything. They're the Borg.
Right.
I keep saying that. If you ever watch Star Trek, they're the Borg. They go and conquer and assimilate everything.
Right.
But this to me
colonize.
Is yes. Yeah. First of all,
remember that kid that was calling every white kid colonizer?
Yeah. First of all, it's not a plot.
Yeah.
Black people, Hispanic people, minority people, Asian are just trying to live.
Right. And we can't do that.
But because
then the police will pull up and be like,
but that's
I'm sorry.
No, I know. But that to me shows how sick and twisted and manipulative the evil whites,
their agenda.
Yes,
because they have there's a whole agenda. Like if you've been paying attention, you like it's you they don't even have to pay attention. Like you can see that there's a trend here.
It's in your face,
right?
So now, oh, woe is me, white. I'm white. They're coming after me. That's so now. You justify all the evil stuff, like I said, banning critical race theory, because they feel like they're coming after us. We don't want them to look. No, like that's manipulation. That is this may be the most manipulative thing anyone's ever done in history.
Right.
This is crazy. This is crazy. More racist. Like I'm just
like if white people are here. And we're here, and we get up like maybe a little bit.
This is also I'm gonna go deeper.
Go ahead.
The conspiracy theories more racist adherents. So there's people who are really, really racist, like the real white supremacists, the crazy ones, like oh boy,
right.
Believe that Jews are behind the so-called replacement plan.
Yeah, well, I think I heard that part, and I said. I mean, There are so many things wrong with that
I'm
statement.
like, so now you're just weaponizing this to go after them, to go after us,
Right.
like to go after everybody. Critical race theory. So like they're scared that their way of life, their livelihood, their chokehold on America, their foot's on the necks of America is going to diminish. That's what this
Right.
is. That's what this is. And they're going to do anything they can to keep, like I said, to keep their place at the top of the food chain.
Right. They're
That's what.
literally holding America at gunpoint.
Oh,
And now we're starting to figure out a way to disarm the shooter.
the Pittsburgh synagogue, the church in Charleston, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is systematic. These people aren't one-offs. They're not this extremists over here. They're being fed this.
Right.
Our government's feeding it to them. We've heard. That's what I'm saying. That theory is not new.
Yeah.
It's not new.
Ooh, and another thing we need to talk about is how the new. Okay, so
that's part of the weapon. That's part of their weapon.
Yeah, like the news in different states is insane.
That's part of the weapons. That's how they get the message out.
Right.
For those of you, if you've never paid attention to like news, like you said, in different states, if you never watched, like if you ever just like listen to Fox 5 News, I mean, was it Fox News, whatever, all those different outlets, all the little social media, like it is different from the news you probably receive. And it is done for a that is purposely done. All information is not the same.
Right.
And these people, they're being fed this. And so when we think about like why do people do this? They truly in their minds and hearts believe that they're right. They truly believe that they're justified in what they're doing. And they are willing to die for it. They are willing to kill for it. Tell me, I'm sorry, that's scary to me.
Yeah, me too.
Like, and so we look at this like, so that's what I'm saying. So like, I that's why I don't like how I'm saying the news we're receiving is treating this as like, oh, a one-off shooter.
Right. Every single time.
Yeah.
And the fact that you have to, the fact that this is a weekly occurrence, this is a daily occurrence, honestly. And you keep having to say it's a one-off when it's happening daily.
So I'm gonna go on the other end.
I think that makes sense.
I'm gonna go in and say, like, is it that you disagree or you just trying to water it down a little bit for us?
It definitely watering down the Kool-Aid.
Yeah. So you ain't for us either. So even the news outlets we think are for us, they're not really for us. They just watering. I feel like they just watering us down for the slaughter.
Right.
Fattening us up for the slaughter. You know, and that's one thing. Like, why isn't anyone saying this stuff? Why it's not that they know the dots are there. They just don't connect them for us.
Right. Or they don't go in order.
I think on purpose though.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give them the ignorant card. I'm not gonna give them the they just don't know any better card. They know better.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know.
I'm saying they know what to do. They know how to give us the information the right way, but they won't.
They choose not to.
And not only do they choose not to, they'll flip it in a way so that it sounds even better or even worse than it's supposed to sound.
Yeah. I'm gonna read this. I don't know how true this is, but just the fact that it's a stat. The Associated Press and the Center for Public Affairs Research found that about 1 in 3 Americans believe an effort is underway to replace U.S.-born Americans with immigrants for electoral gain. Again, 1 in 3 Americans.
I saw that part too. Yeah.
believe that there's some effort, some conspiracy to replace them. Again, victim. They're replacing us.
Like you haven't been replacing the whole world.
It's not, no, we're just trying to live.
Right.
Black people in this country, like, that's what I always say, Black people in this country don't care about y'all.
Right.
We don't go out of our way to care about you crazy white folks.
Right.
We just trying to survive and live and grow. Keep it, so that it just goes back to, again, they brought us here. You know, they didn't want to let us go. But if they said they're going to let us go, then they're going to find a way to control us still. They're starting to see that, some people are starting to see that control, that grip loosen on us. And they don't like that.
Right.
They don't like that. So they're going to justify it however they can to try to keep that control. There's a special place in hell for that.
Yeah.
There's a special place in hell for y'all.
Think about this. Remember at the pop-up, old lady that walked in and started looking around?
Yeah.
Imagine someone came up to her and was like, "This place ain't for you. You got to go."
But that's what.
And then she probably would have left, came back with more people.
She would have came back with the cops.
Right.
Because that's the audacity of them. The audacity of you to say so. They still look at us as property. They still look at us as slaves. And the audacity of these slaves to be coming up against us. The audacity of them to think that they're going to outnumber us, that they're going to work in our systems. That's what this is.
Nah, we're not doing that. We are not our ancestors.
And our ancestors wasn't going for it either, for real.
Right.
Like, this is
say it.
I don't even know if there's one word that's like a word that really quantifies all of this.
Yeah.
You know, this is.
But like you said, systematic.
It is. All across the board, all systems. All systems play a part in this. The systems that weren't designed for us play a part in this. You know? And I wish that we will begin to see that more and take that serious.
Right.
You know, they'll pacify us with little things here and there. We'll get angry every now and then. We might even protest.
Right. But it always dies down.
Like Jadakiss said, we get angry, throw some chairs until they wait us out, calm us down, tell us go somewhere. You know, that's what happened. We get angry for a little bit, we get mad, but then we just go back to the thing. Our life as usual. We go back to trying to get our bag and get our money up. But like, we're not really chipping that.
Though. Here's the thing with that, especially, you can do that. You can go snack your money. But eventually someone's going to come around and be like, "Hey, what you doing over here, bro?"
That's the thing. If we don't change it over here, we can stack as much bread as we want. If they can just come snatch it from us at a moment's notice. Right. We can go do all these things if they still have the power to come back and just take it back. Okay, you doing the most over there. Nah. Right. If we don't address these problems, we're going to keep spinning wheels. Like, we will, as a people. And I don't think that's me being militant. I think that's the truth.
Yeah, that's you being realistic.
Yeah. Like I said, end of the day, he just allowed to walk up in there and shoot all of us. If the system is allowed to just do what they want, cops do what they want to us. They play with our money. They play with our opportunities, you know, and then they get to cry victim and justify it. What do you think is going to happen to us?
I don't know, but I don't like it.
Every situation gets worse and worse and worse. Come on now, let's be real. They ain't gonna do nothing to this boy.
Oh, nothing.
He'll go to jail. He'll be crowned as a hero in a lot of circles. He already is being crowned as a hero.
Yeah. Just like the last kid
who was on running talk shows. They about to give him a job.
Right.
Like, jail is not a deterrent for him because he's going to be glorified in there too.
Right.
The white supremacy groups in jail, he's going to be a hero.
Mm-hmm.
He'll probably be safer and better off in there than he'd be out in the street.
Mm-hmm.
He's not worried about that. Like I said, his goal, his mission, if somebody else copies this and stuff like that, his mission will be accomplished. He'll be happy.
Right.
Yendi, I was talking to Yendi before she left. And she was saying, dang, it really seen I don't know if y'all seen the new Batman movie.
Oh, no, I haven't yet.
So I don't want to do spoiler, but I will say, one thing we talk about, like, dude's actions was a lot like
a white supremacist,
the villain in Batman. Very similar. The goals and all this stuff, how it was done, right. Very similar. I'm like, yeah. The reason why these strategies are out there, and they duplicate these strategies, and they lay the roadmap out for the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, y'all. I mean, the way social media is going, I don't even know if y'all going to hear this podcast. I don't even know if you're going to hear it, man. Like,
you know what's crazy? I started posting on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I'm gonna keep. So, you know what? I'm gonna keep posting this show. Hopefully, y'all get it somehow. Well, don't forget we are posting on all platforms.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm call it. I gotta call it something crazy just so it don't get flagged. That's ridiculous, man.
It's okay. Have you ever so you know the show Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever anybody that's listening to this right now, I want you to go on Hulu, go to Atlanta from Atlanta FX and look at some of the descriptions for the episodes.
Wow. Is it crazy?
They are not only is it crazy, it almost has nothing to do with the episode.
Because I mean, I've had to do this. If you look at the titles of some of our shows, I've had to be very selective and very strategic, and especially the shows that we start talking about some of this stuff. I've had to be very selective. I've gone to post it and like, we don't adhere to community guidelines. I get that message,
right? So
I'm like, I gotta figure out what to call this to even get it posted.
You know what? I'm either thinking. I'm thinking. I have two options right now.
What?
So, first one, ain't nothing happening over here. Or two, what was the other one? Dang. Oh, we just talking. But I actually really like the ain't nothing happening over here.
I had to use it, like, for real, because if I use any of the hashtags, if I say anything else, like, I had to be selective in some of the words I use. And apparently that's the whole thing I've been listening to, like, a lot of the other Black podcasters and great content creators. Like, it's a real thing, y'all. It is a real thing. Like, people think we like, no, that's not true. Yes, it's true.
It's 100%.
We couldn't even say certain buzzwords in the pod, or to get flagged, or the algorithms will catch it and it won't circulate it.
Right. And if you actually look at like our analytics, because I've started to actually look at some, like I've started to actually look at our analytics, because we use the right hashtags.
Yeah.
We use the right, like we post at a good time.
Yeah.
What's not like that math ain't mathing.
It's our content. They don't like it. But if we talk about some celebrity gossip,
regardless of like the topics that we talk about, they should still be circulating in those hashtags, and they are not.
No, well, because again, it catches the buzzwords and things like that. Once I put Black people on it, I already know. I've seen it. I've seen the numbers change.
Right.
Or like I said, if we were talking celebrity gossip, if we were talking sports, if we were talking relationship crap, algorithms love that stuff, because that stuff is nonsense for a lot of part. Look, keep it a buck. Even some of our shows where we've done some of those things, we talk about relationships, off rip. I see
There's
the
gonna,
numbers jump.
bro. There's gonna be an episode where we just talk. Where we come in and we don't do anything that we usually do, and we're
Yeah.
gonna see what happens with
I know. I
with the
cringe.
numbers.
I don't even want to talk about that stuff. But I
Yeah,
mean, but it's the truth, man.
right.
It's
But also, here's the thing. Here's the other thing with that episode. We're just gonna sprinkle in like certain things.
I tell you a thought I've been having.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you after the show.
Okay. Okay.
But there's a thought I've been really having about this stuff because I'm tired of fighting this. Like,
Right.
nobody wants to play this game. I'm trying to get the message out.
Right.
Like, so yeah. So if y'all hear it, if y'all don't, if you hear it later, because the algorithms catch it like 2 weeks later, they let you listen to it then.
And hopefully, if you're watching on YouTube, yeah.
Same.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. So I mean, at this point, yeah, like I feel like that was the ultimate. Do we have any Bobs and Karens? Like,
Let me answer that with
I know
one of my favorite one one of my favorite sayings from the show. Does James Brown have a perm?
I know. Give me let's do a couple good ones because I feel like the whole topic we just talked about was like the ultimate one. Because I'm looking at some of the
I'm not sure if we have good ones.
I know, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
some of the more crazy ones.
Pretty much all of these are shootings.
So you know what? Then let's leave them alone then.
Yeah.
Because
first of all, I'm gonna say, well, first thing I want to say is fuck white supremacy, and fuck anybody that fucks with it, because fuck that shit. And then also, what was my other thing?
Your mom's gonna beat you, son.
Probably.
Mama, I ain't look. Don't beat me. I know. Let me stop.
Right, but also, like, I'm gonna say it with my whole chest because I have to live. First of all,
yeah.
I have to go outside.
I think about going.
You have to go outside.
I think about going to the grocery store, yo.
Right.
I think about walking to any store on any given day, minding your business. Like, it's the unfathomable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's
And it's another thing. You have kids.
It's another thing too, man.
And I was joking around with my friend because his brother just got married. Or sorry, his brother did just get married. And I said, "Oh, so have you been thinking about that and having kids?" And we were joking around. And he was like, "In this economy?" Now, and
yeah,
there's a lot of truth in that. Not only that, do I want my kids to grow up in a time where can be shot for literally existing?
Yeah.
Like, that scares the hell out of me.
It is. It's a scary thought, man. Just leaving the house. You don't know. You gotta keep your head on the swivel at all times.
Right.
You see suspicious looking characters. Some characters you don't even know. It's like you're on guard 24/7.
And you know what I'm gonna say? I shouldn't have to do that.
No, we should. No one should have to live like that.
Right.
No one. So it is. It's. What do you say to that?
Keep your head on. God help us. Also, keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah.
Be aware of your surroundings at all times.
For real.
If you see something, say something.
Yep. And get low.
And
like, get out of it.
Not only get low. If you have the opportunity, knock that motherfucker out.
But you know what? Can we? I do want to shout out to the security guard. I need to get his name.
Yeah, I do too. Oh, I think. Andrew or Andre. Dang it. No, we definitely gotta shout out this dude's name.
I don't know. Yeah. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah.
We'll pull it up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? I'm looking up on the articles right now.
Yep.
Same
here. Same here.
Dang, come on, y'all. Why did they make it so hard to find? Dang, I'm looking at pictures.
Okay, hold on.
Is it Aaron Salter?
Aaron, that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
I'm just because I'm looking at Arcanate just going through the pictures of all the victims, man.
Mm-hmm.
This man was 55 years old.
Yeah. Still young.
Still young, man. 55. He got a couple shots off.
Yeah.
He's wearing tactical gear.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. This lady 62, man. It's a bunch of people like moms and grandmoms is in there shopping. Dang, man.
Yeah. Someone that just that went to go see their husband in a nursing home and then went to there was a lady that went to a nursing home to see her husband and then wanted to get some groceries after, and she was there and she died.
Yep. Marcus Morrison buying grocery snacks. Talking about to have a movie night with his wife.
Right.
It's messy, man. Is it jewelry? It's chain. It's Tally. It's Patterson. It's Young. Whitfield. Mayor Goodman, I guess he didn't die. Miss Washington was treated. She was released.
Mm-hmm.
Braden, non-life-threatening injuries. I just thought it was important to just read that, man.
It was.
This kind of puts in perspective. These were people that's going about their days and their lives.
Mm-hmm. Minding their own business.
Yes.
And that's something that we keep coming back to. Mind what?
I know.
It's so crazy that like you could be minding your own business, you could die for that.
Yeah.
But you see all these other people getting into other people's business, and they're completely fine. And not only are they completely fine, they're praised for it.
Yeah.
And that is sick.
It's a sick world.
That's disgusting.
I don't know, man. Yeah. Like I said, I guess we're trying to do our part and acknowledge this. Trying to do our part and try to provide some type of insight and possible salute. Look. Y'all need to communicate with each other. Holler.
Yeah.
Things start coming together, man.
Right.
We really do. We're not going to be able to combat this stuff ununified as a people.
Right.
I think that's step one.
Right. And once that black exodus starts, I'm out.
Yeah. But that's what they were afraid of. That's what they even went back to with the theory. They feel like they're losing like the power in political so they can get outvoted. They know where the power is.
Yeah.
They know where the power is, and they feel like they're being attacked.
Mm-hmm.
So,
we need, once that black exodus happens and we're good, we're gonna become one of those remote villages, to where like if anybody tries to pull up,
oh man, like they're like the Amazon people that live in the Amazon. You ever heard about the people? It's an island outside, like really off the coast of India, North Sentinel Island.
Yep.
Man, them people still they don't no technology. People don't visit there. You can't go there. They will
Because the
murk you.
people that go there, they
No,
don't come
no.
back.
That last time they had I think it was a plane or helicopter outside that they were throwing spears at that joint. Like, but them people don't have to deal with the evils and craziness of this world.
Right.
I understand. I understand that.
Right. So are we living the right way or are they?
They don't have to deal with this madness.
Makes you think, right?
Yeah. I rock with them. With them. At the end of the day, no one said that we need this technology. No one said that we need this way of life to live full, rich, hearty lives. Them people have never seen this stuff before. They've lived in complete isolation for thousands of years.
Right.
Who said they're not happy? Because we trying to get at them. They not trying to get at us. They could care less what we doing over here. They on a little island. They chilling.
Right.
You ain't never heard of one of them trying to leave the island. You never heard of one of them trying to get over here. They seem to be good. They don't want I know a couple years ago, it's like 10 years ago, I think. A reporter snuck on the island, got a boat. There's satellite pictures of my man murked. Boat scrapped up, chopped up. Nah, son, we don't want you over here.
Right.
You're not gonna be curious about us over here. I get it.
Same here.
It tribes in the Amazon having that no contact with outside humans.
Right.
Who's trying to mess with them?
You got to remember also, they brought sickness.
That's what I'm saying.
Y'all remember smallpox?
That's what I'm saying. You don't hear about them tribes trying to connect with the outside world. You don't hear about them outside tribes trying to come at us and war with us. Who's bothering them? We always bothering, or white people always bothering them.
Yeah.
White people always going after them. Like I said, black people in this country, we try to mind our business, get on with our days, live our lives, raise our families, try to do what we got to do.
Literally.
Who comes bothers us? Here they come.
Hey, what you doing over here?
I'll tell y'all a quick story, and I'm going to say this. I don't know if my wife will like it, but this happens. This is a conversation me and her, we've had this conversation on the show too. How people just will not leave me alone. They will not leave me alone. Everywhere we go.
I've seen this.
This is matter of fact, was this last Sunday at church?
Oh man.
If I'm by myself, somebody just has to come bother me. My wife doesn't really agree. She thinks I'm just like kind of being a little paranoid, right? Yeah. So we at church, she drops the girls off. And she was like, go find us a seat upstairs. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I go upstairs by myself.
Yeah.
I find a seat. I'm sitting by myself. She hasn't come to meet me yet. So as I'm sitting by myself, mind you, I'm by myself. I'm looking at my phone. I'm not making eye contact with anybody.
Right.
Got there a little early. I'm chilling. Yeah. Minding my business.
Yep. And you have a spot that like you usually go to, and you're usually like, you guys usually have like your little spot that like
everywhere I go, I got a spot. Right. Because I like to be comfortable. This particular spot, my knees hurt, so I can stretch my knee out a little bit. I like to get there and I find my spots. I'm not around anybody because I like space. I'm a big dude. I need my space. So I purposely try to tuck in the cut somewhere. Tuck in the cut. I'm on my phone. And here she comes. Again, I don't say all white people are bad. I just say some of them are really nosy. Yeah. So I'm sitting there and I just try to start conversation. Oh, is this your first time here? I had to look around like, oh, she talking to me. Here we go.
Wait, hold on. Was this our church?
Nah,
Okay,
nah,
I was about to say. I was about to
nah.
say.
But even I've been there a couple enough times where I know like people look at me all the time. I'm a big dude. I can't miss me. So
Right.
like, so minding my business. There's other people to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
There's other people around. Why do y'all choose the big black dude? So like, it's like, oh, you've heard that. So I look up like, yeah, like go back to my phone. So I'm trying to give you the vibe that like I'm kind of focused over here.
Mm-hmm.
So she just keep yapping. And I'm like, fam, so thank God my wife shows up, takes the seat next to me. Like, hey man, and I guess like I can still hear her kind of talk. I think she was trying to talk to my wife, but like I don't think Lexi heard. So eventually she just faded out.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of look at her like, thank God you showed up right now.
Wifey to the rescue.
To the rescue. So she's like, what? I'm like, yo, oh girl. She said, like, what? She's trying to, I'm like, yeah, she's trying to hold a conversation. So I'm like, I'm trying to tell you, this happens all the time.
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, I guess I kind of see it. I'm like,
and you know what the sad thing is? It's happened with me.
that's what I'm saying. We've been in this like,
bro. Do you know the height difference between us? I am 5'5".
but is this something? I don't know why. Like they just spot out biggest black. It's like they just had to feel out the situation, see what's going on, be nosy.
And I'm like you. I try to find my own space so that I'm good. I'm chilling. I have my space.
Just want to be left alone.
Right.
Left alone. So she like didn't because my wife's like, you have a friendly face. And so, I don't think so. I got RBF.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I'm focused on something, I got the mug on. Like,
right.
And not that I'm trying to mug, it's just focused.
Right.
I don't see that. Like, but she had to acknowledge it that day. I'm like, fam, come on, fam. You see it. Please tell me you see it. Like, but it's just like I go back. I say all that to say.
Mm-hmm.
I say this all the time on the show. They come to us.
Right.
They seek us out. We don't be seeking them out like that.
Right.
You know, if you think about it, like there's a lot of black people that never leave their neighborhoods.
Right. And there's them, you know what? We've talked about that, and I'm starting to understand why.
Only our
I'm
hood.
really starting to understand why.
Yeah. Like if you let us chill in the cut, we would chill in the cut.
Right.
They seek us out. They find us. They coming after us. They paranoid. They conspiracy theories and playing victim. We're not doing none of that over here.
No.
We've gone on what you've said to us. You've gone on the actions you've done. We still trying to make a way. You know, we're not coming after you in all craziness. Let us be.
We're just trying to build our table.
Yeah. You know, so yeah. So you know, it's we've been through this enough.
Yeah.
Y'all know we brought to you by the Black Squirrel Media Network, y'all.
Yep. And men of stature.
Yeah.
If you like your men, you know, if you like your men to be models that look like regular guys, come to Black Squirrel, come to menofstature.org.
Yeah. Holla at us.
Yep.
Some good stuff going on, man.
Yep. And we got some stuff coming.
Got some stuff coming. There's a book on the way.
Yeah, there is.
That we are a part of.
Bro, I'm like, I know I'm gonna say it a few times this year, but like I'm about to be an author.
Yeah.
And I keep saying this is gonna be something off my bucket list.
Yeah, bro.
What?
Wait till you get it in hand. Yeah. I tell you, wait till you get.
I'm taking pictures. I'm taking pictures everywhere.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be. Who was that dude that like? No, I'm gonna be carrying my picture everywhere. I'm gonna be carrying the book everywhere. I'm gonna be like.
Wait till you get that first one in your hand.
Yeah, I did this. I'm part of this. everywhere.
Yeah.
Like I'm about to become real LA and be like,
Oh,
"But you know who I
Lord.
am?"
Not the LA, not the Google me guy. Oh man. But for those who don't know, yeah, our book Black Men Love will be out May 28th. So that's really next weekend.
Right.
Pre-sales out there net right now. Check the links,
Mm-hmm.
hit up David. If you're looking for a copy, hit David up, get it from him. That's my whole thing. Get it from the authors.
Yep.
So next week's show, we're going to try to have all the authors of the book on,
Yep.
really discuss the book in detail. What is it about? So be on the lookout for that, so I just wanted to kind of preview it. I know I'm excited. I am ready for this one. It's been a process, but it's been fun though.
And I'm really like, if you go back to like maybe a year ago, we started talking about this, and
yeah,
like it's been like almost 2 years in the making.
Yeah.
And that's crazy to me, because once I have that book in hand, like I said, I'm putting it everywhere.
Yeah, do it. So yeah, man. So next week is going to be a crazy week, but it'll be a fun show. So we have all the authors on. So look out for that.
Also, I am trying to celebrate with you that day.
Oh, we're going to celebrate.
Oh,
we're going to celebrate. Yeah. Don't worry about that. So that's May 28th. So we'll have the launch party. We're going to talk about the launch party that day, the virtual launch party. Everyone's invited. We'll even share that link too. So, and then that evening, I'm celebrating. Like you said, this 2 years in the works.
We linking up.
So so y'all look out for that, y'all. But until next week, just be safe out there, y'all.
Head on swivel.
Yeah, but also
mind your business. And you know what? If people won't leave you alone, walk away.
Sometimes you got and also say too, like I just think about those people, the victims we just talked about. Tell somebody you love them this week.
Absolutely.
Love on somebody this week. If you have an issue with somebody, resolve it this week.
Yep.
Like just those things I just think about, like,
there's been way too much hate in the world this week.
Kiss and hug on your loved ones. If you got issues with your spouse or your partner or something, work it out. Your friend. Yeah, work it out.
Yeah.
Work it out.
Love you, Kenny.
I love you too.
You're amazing, bro.
You are too.
Appreciate you.
We ain't got no beef, but
nah.
But I mean, just to say it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can do those things. I just, like I said, those people aren't going to be able to do those things anymore. I think about that, you know. So,
and it's really the little things that you really don't think about.
Yeah. So I pray everyone's back next week.
Yep.
I pray everyone has a good week. Really, truly, I do.
Yep.
And until we see y'all listen and y'all watch us again and how we interact. Till next week, y'all. Peace.